Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. Before we get into my home fragrance favorites of 2018, before there's questions or comments, I am aware that my hair looks purple. I am testing out a new product that I recently purchased, and it's kind of a multi-step process to get it to the color that I actually want in the end, which is purple. But it takes a couple days of using the product to build up the color. So yeah, it's I just used it for the first time today, so it just looks like I have some weird highlights, but I will of course be reporting back on the final results in a beauty related video at some point in the near future. But today we are talking about home fragrance. Those of you that watch my channel just for home fragrance stuff, you probably aren't aware that I love smelly things all around, not just candles and wax melts. I am a person who just is obsessive about smells, and I have been my entire life. I love to burn candles, although I have limited that just a little bit this year. Actually, for the last couple years, I've limited a little bit of the burning. The main reason being is that I am aware that you can have some soot buildup in your house, and the way that I used to burn in our old house definitely resulted in me having to repaint everything when we remodeled. I had to repaint the ceilings, all the walls, and you know, it definitely freshened things up, but I did notice that burning many candles at once definitely contributes to a dingy kind of look in your house. So I try to only burn one candle at a time, and if I want to burn another one, I have to blow out the one that I'm currently burning. As far as wax melts, I melt those 24/7. There's no soot that's produced with those, obviously. But yeah, I'm very into my house smelling warm, inviting, welcoming, good. We obviously have a dog who well, he's not back here today, but normally he's in the background of my videos. We also have a cat, and I never want someone to walk into my house and go, cat and dog. So I kind of go a little bit overboard with the Scentsy and, you know, candles because of that. So it definitely was hard for me to pick the candles I'm gonna mention today. I wanted to keep the list fairly short, but there were so many other candles and wax melts that I could have added in to this list, and I know so many of you are gonna be like, but what about ... And the likely answer will be, yeah, I would have totally put that on the list, but then we would be here for like 30 minutes. So I narrowed it down to the candles that I enjoyed burning the most, that gave me kind of the best results, combined with fragrances that I just found that were to die for, and things that, you know, I absolutely loved and that I would always want to have. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I didn't bring any of these candles in here because I didn't want to drag them out, but if any of these are still available, I will link them down below in the description box so you can find out there where to buy them and all that jazz if they're currently still available. The very first one is gonna be Nest Holiday. I love this scent. The Nest fragrances in general are fragrances that I'm very drawn to. I find them to be very sophisticated. I find them to be a very high quality burn. I never have any issues with the Nest candles, either in terms of drowning wicks or them not throwing or performing. The smaller candles definitely don't, they're not house fillers, but they are most certainly multiple room fillers. The bigger 3-wick candles fill a much larger space. They are more expensive, so they're definitely a splurge candle for me, but I find them worth splurging on 100%. So Nest Holiday is definitely in there. And while we're talking about kind of holiday scents, since 'tis the season right now, Bath & Body Works Vanilla Balsam. right? A Bath & Body Works candle made it in. There's actually a couple Bath & Body Works candles that made it in. So I don't know that you can really find this right now, but if you happen to find it during the semi-annual sale, pick it up for next year for sure. I don't know that they will release it again next year. It seems to be one that comes, it was around a couple years ago and then it disappeared and now it was back again this year. It's beautiful, you guys. I love that vanilla balsam, and that candle burned flawlessly the whole way down. Not one single issue with sooting or smoking or that kerosene smell that can happen with Bath & Body Works candles. The candle didn't really discolor. It was just perfect. So that's rare. And then another holiday scent, and this was kind of a surprise for me, but Season's Greetings from Homeworks was absolutely fantastic. That ended up being my favorite holiday candle for sure from Homeworks this year. It is a beautiful, sophisticated tree type scent that has like multiple notes to it that just tie together so beautifully. It's not overwhelming or astringent in terms of like the Christmas tree notes that are in there. It's just very pleasant. Nobody ever walked in the house when I was burning that and was like, oh God, I'm gonna get a headache. You know, it was just like this waft of almost like real tree notes in the air. It was like we had a tree that we cut instead of a fake tree. We have multiple fake trees. So anyway, sorry, I'm waiting for a FedEx truck and so I'm kind of staring down the street here. All right, so that takes care of some of the like holiday stuff. Let's stick with Homeworks for a second. Harvest Leaves. So Harvest Leaves was released again this year. It was my favorite scent from last fall. Loved it again this year. It came in the Today's Special Value trio that had the Autumn Pine Cone and the caramel corn candle. I love those other two candles as well, but really I bought the multiple sets that I did purchase because it was the only way to get Harvest Leaves this year. It's one of the best scents that I think Harry does besides Season's Greetings. He does a lot of other really great scents, but those two really for me were absolutely incredible. So I'm thinking back to the Season's Greetings now, but the Harvest Leaves was just, it was lovely again this year. It's a cranberry scent that has some gourmand type notes to it. It reminded me a little bit of the cranberry pumpkin from Bath & Body Works from a few years ago. And I love that one. And they have yet to bring that back. So that was lovely. Let's see, Berry Waffle Cone. Okay, so that was re-released again this year, thankfully, but the burn sucked on this year's release. When it first came out last year, they had that ribbed glass, the ribbed purple glass, gorgeous vessel, helped the candle burn flawlessly. This year's version drowned, died, just didn't perform, which sucks. I did pick a few up because I just love the scent so much. Luckily, I have a lot of backups of the original. I really kind of went ham when that scent first came out, and I knew it was gonna come back at some point probably, but that it might suck in terms of the burn. There's just no real consistency for me with Bath & Body Works for the most part, but that scent I love, and I really enjoyed burning it this year, and I think that I will for all the remainder years that it takes me to get through my backup stash. It's definitely a signature scent in my house during the spring and summer. It's really, really lovely. Two more Homeworks candles that I wanted to mention, Berry Trifle and the Coconut Cake. Both of those were spring, summer releases for Harry. Those two are still available on the QVC website, so I will link them down below. They haven't been like clearanced out or anything yet, but I see myself picking up definitely a couple more of those. I have one backup of each that I purchased this past year, but I see myself wanting more for sure. The burn wasn't super great on those, but just the fragrances themselves were amazing. The berry trifle is so sweet and delicious. They struggled a little bit with tunneling. They were the 3 wicks, right? Yeah, because they didn't start with the 4 wicks until the fall collection. So there was some tunneling issues there for me, but still 100% worth it. And I will still pick up like what they have in stock still on the QVC website for sure, despite the tunneling issues, just in case Harry doesn't come out with it again this year. But berry trifle was delightful, as was the coconut cake. Just like a warm, there was definitely notes of caramel in it, but not like disgusting caramel notes, but just like a warm coconut cake with like a caramel drizzle to it. So good. Loved it. Glad that I have at least one backup. And both of these came from different sets, I believe. The berry trifle came with the pineapple mousse, and the coconut came with a key lime pie. I enjoyed both of those candles from those sets as well, so getting more of those isn't gonna like make me sad. But if he came out with berry trifle and coconut cake in like duos with just like the 1 scent in the duo, I would be all over that for sure. And then in terms of wax melts, it's gonna go to Scentsy. Scentsy is just what I tend to go for because it's pretty safe. I can usually tell whether I'm gonna like something from Scentsy or not just based on the description. This is not gonna come as a surprise. I talk about it all the time. I have a ton of backups. I have it in my Scentsy subscription, Sweet Plum Pastry. It's very sweet. Some people see it as sickeningly sweet. Since it was a Bring Back My Bar, you can't get it. But you can get vanilla bean buttercream, which is my second. I love vanilla bean buttercream. It was kind of hard to choose between that and sugar cookie. I love both equally probably, but vanilla bean buttercream is just a safe bet. Whenever I get my subscription, I always put in the vanilla bean buttercream brick now. It's a great way to have it. And the bricks are fantastic because they're absolutely enormous, and you can cut them in half or in quarters, and they just go so much further than buying like a 6-pack of bars. So if you have the Scentsy subscription, definitely toss in one of those bricks. It's 24 bucks for a brick, so pretty good price. And yeah, so that's what I have for you guys. Those were the candles and the wax melts that I chose. Like I said, I could have put so many other candles in here, just fragrances in general. This was a really great year for home fragrance for me. I definitely discovered some fun new things, and even my tastes changed a little bit. I am more open now to fresh scents. I am more open to fruity scents. In the past, it had to be bakery for me to really enjoy it. And I'm finding that I'm able to kind of step out of that comfort zone a little bit more. And I've even tried some florals this year that I really enjoyed. I will always be a bakery girl at heart, but I definitely don't have to have just like candles that smell like pumpkin bread or donuts. I can sort of step outside of that and really enjoy something different now, which is awesome. So anyway, let me know what your favorites were down below in the comments section. And like I said, if I can link any of these for you guys, I definitely will. For the Scentsy stuff, if you have a consultant, definitely talk to them about the vanilla bean buttercream. If you don't have a Scentsy consultant, I use my friend Lisa. She is fantastic. I know a lot of you guys buy from her as well. She also has a YouTube channel, so I will link my friend's YouTube channel down below because I absolutely adore her. And yeah, if you don't have someone that you're currently purchasing from, she's a great person to work with. So, all right, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.